Good morning, Ms. Konig.
Good morning.
My name is Tommy Otake. I'm Gerhardt's attorney. I have some questions for you this morning, ma'am. If I ask a question that you don't understand, please let me know and I'll try my best to clarify it, okay?
Yes, sir.
All right. Now, I want to begin a little bit with this issue of Mr. Jeffrey Miller. Mr. Miller was a co-worker of yours, yes?
That's right.
And was he a senior vice president at the company that you worked for?
Not at the time, no.
At the time, what was his position? And when at the time, I mean in November or December of 2024. What was his position at TerraPower at the time?
A director, senior director, something like that.
Senior director. Okay. Now, you understood Mr. Miller was also married, yes?
Yes,
You were married at the time, yes?
that's right.
You indicated under oath today that after the discovery of these communications with you and Mr. Miller, you and Gerhardt would refer what had happened between the two of you, you would refer to it as an emotional affair, correct?
That's right.
All right. In fact, there were times in communications where he referred to it as a secret affair, yes?
When you say he, you mean Gerhardt?
Yes.
I don't recall, but potentially.
Okay, we'll come back to that. And in fact, in the counseling sessions that you guys had, it was whatever was going on with Mr. Miller was referred to as emotional infidelity at times, yes?
As far as I can recall, yes.
Okay. Now, emotional affair, secret affair, emotional infidelity. When you were interviewed by the detective in this case following this incident we're all talking about, you were asked by the detective about your relationship with Mr. Miller, yes?
Yes, sir.
And you understood that he was investigating this case and he expected you to be honest and truthful, correct?
That's right.
And he asked you whether or not you had an affair with Mr. Miller, and your response to the detective was no, that you didn't have an affair, correct?
Based on,
My question, ma'am, is was your answer to his question, when he asked you a very specific question, did you have an affair, your answer with Mr. Miller, your answer was no, correct?
that's correct.
You described it to the detective simply as some flirty text messages with a coworker, correct?
That's what it was, sir.
That's what it was according to you, right?
That's right.
Now, after the discovery of these messages and what was going on with you and Mr. Miller, there were times when you and Gerhardt would communicate about the situation by text messages between the two of you, correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And isn't it true that on December 9th, 2024, Gerhardt sent you a text that said, you engaged and continued an elaborate secret affair instead of coming to me asking to work on our relationship. You remember him sending you that text?
I'm sorry? Objection, hearsay. Sustain.
It's impeachment, Your Honor. She said there was no affair. I can.
Coach.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Please.
Isn't it true that in a text message on December 9th, when Gerhardt texted you and accused you of engaging in a secret affair, your response to that text was, if anything, I learned how stupid it was this time and know how to make sure it doesn't happen again. That was what you responded. That was your response to him confronting you and saying you engaged in a secret affair. You said, I learned how stupid it was, and I know how to make sure it doesn't happen again, correct?
It felt like an affair to Gerhardt, and that's how we were treating it in our marriage.
Ma'am, can you listen to my question?
Sure.
Okay. My question is about the text message. Isn't it true in a text message, I'm not asking you why you said what you said, in a text message, when Gerhardt accused you of engaging and continuing an elaborate secret affair, your response was, if anything, I learned how stupid it was this time and know how to make sure it doesn't happen again. My only question is, do you recall sending that response to him when he accused you of being in a secret affair?
Yes.
You didn't say to him, it was just flirty text messages, don't worry. You said it was stupid of me, it won't happen again, correct?
Because when I did that, we would start to argue, so
Alright.
you're right.
And when you said in your text message, I know how to make sure it doesn't happen again, that was in reference to the elaborate secret affair that he was referencing, yes?
To breaking his trust, yes.
Another thing that happened after the discovery of your relationship with Mr. Miller, another thing that happened is, as you talked today about working through this in January and February. Remember that?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And another thing that happened to help you guys work through this is you guys started listening to audio self-help books. You remember that?
Yes, sir.
One of the audio books that you purchased and listened to was entitled How to Help Your Spouse Heal from Your Affair. You remember purchasing and listening to that audio book?
I do remember that, yes.
You took the time to purchase it and listen to it, and that was the title of it, How to Help My Spouse Heal from My Affair, as in your affair, correct?
That's correct.
Leading up to December 2024, ma'am, prior to the discovery of your communications with Mr. Miller, you were trying to hide the extent of your relationship with Mr. Miller from your husband, correct?
That's right.
To conceal the substance of your communications and the extent of your relationship with Mr. Miller from your husband leading up to December 2024, you were purposefully deleting your messages to and from Mr. Miller on your phone, correct?
I was deleting messages on my phone, that's correct.
Yeah, so Gerhardt wouldn't see them, right?
That's right.
And by the way, you work with Mr. Miller, correct?
That's right.
You guys have work emails that you can email each other on, yes?
Yes, sir.
He had a work phone, yes?
Yes, sir.
Did you have a work phone?
No.
Okay, but you had text messaging on your phone. You could text him on his work phone about work things, yes? Through text messaging, yes?
That's an option for sure, yes.
Yeah, and emailing about work things on a work email, that was an option, right?
Yes.
But you chose to communicate with Mr. Miller, this other married man, on WhatsApp, correct?
I use WhatsApp for work for other things too, yes.
Ma'am, that wasn't my question.
Yes, I talked to him on WhatsApp, sir.
There were times leading up to and into early December 2024 where you and Mr. Miller would message each other very frequently about personal things not related to work, correct?
Yes, sir.
Some days all day long, back and forth all day long, correct?
Potentially.
Okay. Your Honor, I'm going to ask Your Honor to take judicial notice that December 1st, 2024 was a Sunday, and I believe we have a calendar here somewhere. May I approach, Your Honor? This is from timeanddate.com.
Or the witness?
Excuse me?
The bench or the witness? You want to?
You, Your Honor? Ideally, to show you the calendar.
Come on up.
December 1st, 2024.
Mr. Gardner, any objections?
None at this time.
Okay, so the court would judicially notice that December 1st, 2024 was a Sunday.
Okay. December 1st, 2024 was a Sunday, not a workday, correct?
Sure.
I'm going to show you now what's been marked as D123. D123. May I approach, Your Honor?
You may.
Ma'am, I'm going to hand this to you. I'm going to ask you to just thumb through it. I'm going to ask you if that appears to be communications between you and Mr. Miller, not just on December 1st, 2023, but on multiple days.
Will you please repeat your question?
Just that appears to be messages between you and Mr. Miller back during that time period, yes?
Yes, it does.
All right. May I hand that back to you,
Sure.
please? Your Honor, I move to admit Exhibit D123.
Mr. Gardner.
Can I vote here on the exhibit?
You may.
Ms. Konig, I'm going to hand you back what's been marked as D123.
Thank you.
Take a look through, and are there any redactions to that exhibit?
Yes,
Did you place those redactions yourself?
I did not.
Do you know what has been redacted?
I do not.
We have a moment.
That's how you guys gave it to us.
Okay. No objection then.
Are you aware that when the prosecutors pulled this from the computer, that's the reductions they provided to us with?
I'm not aware of
Well, hang
that.
on. Do you still want to proffer it or no?
Yeah, I'd like to admit it into evidence.
Do you have further foundation, like?
Well, I mean, I think the question is,
No objection.
no objection.
No follow-up then, right?
Not foundationally.
Okay. Then what has been marked for identification as exhibit D123 is received into evidence.
Thank you. May I approach and retrieve it?
Yes, you may.
Thank you.
May we publish, Your Honor?
Yes. Granted.
And Mr. Dirks, if you can please go to 12:1. First of all, this goes on for pages and pages and pages, correct?
Yes, it's over months.
Excuse me?
It looks like it's over months, but yes.
But this is all between you and Mr. Miller, correct?
Yeah,
Your coworker, right?
that's right.
Okay. Let's go to 12:1, please. Mr. Dirks, let me know when we're there. I think it's the bottom of 1908. Is that it?
Yes.
Okay. Can we blow up the bottom section, please? Okay. Is it possible to make it bigger? Or not really? Shucks. Okay. Ma'am, I'm going to read this to you, and can you see it on the screen there?
May I have a copy?
Oh, sure. That's probably a good idea. Thank you.
Thanks.
I'll turn to 1908. Thank you, at the bottom.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, so the day starts off on this Sunday. Mr. Miller texts you, and you know, there's timestamps on here, but this was the timestamps of the WhatsApp. I'm imagining he wasn't texting at 3:23 a.m. Is that right?
I wouldn't think so. yes.
Okay. But in any event, he starts on this Sunday, and he starts off, he says, "Good morning, sounds good. I hope you're getting some good sleep. I've slept a ton over the break," which has been, and we'll go to the next page. Is it possible to blow up half the page? Okay. It may not be seeable, but we'll try. which has been nice, and then you respond and you say good morning, correct?
That's correct.
So this is in the morning on a Sunday, correct?
Yes.
Okay. He goes on, this is nice, always good to get caught up on sleep. And you say, up now, just put a fresh batch of yogurt in the fridge with some kind of, can you zoom in on that emoji, possibly, Mr. Dirks? Okay. So telling him in the morning about the fresh batch of yogurt in the fridge and with this emoji, whatever that emoji is, correct?
That's correct.
All right. Now, it goes on throughout the day. We don't need to read all of it. Can we go down to 6:42 a.m. On 12/1? Thanks. Okay. You indicate to him that I guess we will watch some football here too, probably. G is on call. I'm planning to decorate the tree with the kids. And he says, Mr. Miller says, gotcha, correct?
Yes.
So on a Sunday, you're telling him what you guys are doing. You're going to decorate with the kids with the trees, yes?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And then it goes on throughout the day, and you guys are going back and forth about what's going on and watching football and decorating the tree and things like that, correct?
That's correct.
Okay. Now, at the bottom of the page there, you guys are talking about the football game. Looks like Pittsburgh is winning. You see that?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And then let's go to the next page. Continues on the first. And more communication. 11, 13, 29. If we can zoom in on that, Mr. Dirks. Okay. He says, checks back in. I hope you're having a nice morning. So good so far. That's what you guys are saying all throughout Sunday, correct?
That's right.
Okay. Then let's go down to 3:28:55. If we can zoom, blow that up. Mr. Dirks, please. Thank you. Okay. Now, he says, I'm making sure Kay eats OFC, guessing that's what the lie was about. Mr. Miller says, nope, REK, not at all, just much easier to discuss. And then he says, plus I'm looking forward to chatting at some point anyway. And can we blow up that emoji, please? Okay. And then your response back, if we could blow that up, was now in the PM, good night, looking forward to it. And then the next morning it starts again, good morning, correct?
That's correct.
Okay, we can take that down. Now, so all throughout the Sunday, you and this married man were texting back and forth about what you guys are doing. Good morning, and then good night, and then good morning again the next day, yes?
That's right.
And then a lot of the messages that you were having with him, you deleted, right?
I did delete a lot of messages. That's correct.
Okay. So we can't see those messages, the ones you deleted, correct?
That's correct.
Have you ever heard of the word, and I may not be pronouncing it correct. Actually, can I take that back? Have you ever heard of the word Heleu? How do you say H-E-L-E-U?
HALU.
Heleu. What is, in your line of work, what is Heleu?
HALU is high assay, low enriched uranium. It's like a range of enrichment for uranium-235 that would be used as nuclear fuel for advanced reactors.
Okay. I have no idea what you just said, but it has to do with your work, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And during this communications with Mr. Miller, you and Mr. Miller would use the word Heleu in your personal messages to one another as code to let the other person know when your respective spouses were around, correct?
It was for Gerhardt specifically, but yes, that's correct.
It was for Gerhardt specifically, meaning you would tell Mr. Miller, I got a lot of I got hail to you today, can't talk. And that was your way of communicating to him, hey, I'm around Gerhardt today, yes?
That's correct.
During this time period, leading up to December 2024, you and Mr. Miller would share photos of yourselves, both from the past and the present, and also during certain activities that you were engaged in, yes?
Occasionally, yes.
Okay. And, Your Honor, may I approach with D-124?
Yes.
Ma'am, I'm going to show you D-124. If you can look through that, and I'm going to ask you again if that looks to you to be messages between you and Mr. Miller, and also photos that you guys would send to each other. And let me know when you're ready.
Yes, sir.
Okay. And that appears to be fair and accurate depictions of messages you guys would send to each other, correct?
That's correct.
All right, Your Honor, move to admit D-124.
No objection.
Will be marked for identification as Exhibit D-124 is received into evidence.
Could we please publish and start on page P2250? Okay. Let's blow up that picture at the top there, please. You want a copy? I'll give you.
Yes, please, sir.
Thank you. May I approach, Your Honor?
Yes.
Okay.
Would you like this one?
Oh, yeah, I'll take this back. Thank you. Okay, so this is a picture Mr. Miller sent to you. One of my two BFFs. This was in Vegas. And then you looks like you attached a heart emoji to it. Yes?
That's a reaction, yes.
Excuse me?
It's like a reaction on the message. It's not attached. It's just like acknowledge.
Got it. A heart emoji reaction.
Correct.
Got it. Let's go to the next page, please. We publish that, and let's pull up the one with the dog in it. Okay. So Mr. Miller sends you this with a picture of his dog, yes?
It says my brother's family's dog, but yes,
Wow.
a dog.
A picture of a dog, yeah.
That's correct.
Okay. It's his brother's dog, right?
That's what he says, yes.
It's not his dog. He's sending a picture of his brother's dog, right?
According to the message, yes.
And is he making a kissing face at you, or you don't know?
I don't know what it,
Okay. Let's go to page 2253. This is from October. Can we blow up the beaches on the top, please? You sent him photos of, this is you sending him photos of beaches, correct?
That's correct, yeah.
All right. One second. Now, while we're here, why don't we go to page 2256 while we have this up. Okay. Can you blow up that thing on the top that says HMA VPN service, Mr. Dark? Thank you. So, in November of 2024, Mr. Miller sent you a link to something called HMA VPN service, total online privacy with HMA, correct?
That's correct.
And that is a website. If you look further down, apparently HMA stands for Hide My Ass. correct?
Correct.
www.hidemyass.com, yes?
That's correct.
And you understood that a VPN is an app that allows you to hide your internet activity from others, correct?
That's not my understanding of a VPN. This was sent to be able to watch football that was streamed locally.
Okay. VPN service, total online privacy, hide my ass. And he sent you that so you could watch football?
That's right.
Okay. This wasn't for work purposes, was it?
This is not for work purposes. You're correct.
TerraPower wouldn't use something called www.hidemyass.com, would they?
I would not expect them to use that. That's correct.
One second, Your Honor. You also sent photos to Mr. Miller as well, and may I approach Your Honor with 183?
Yes.
Okay. Can I approach Your Honor? I'll bring a copy.
Trade Jeff.
Okay, thank you. We'll trade. If you can look through this, and aside from the text written on the bottom, do the messages appear to be messages that you and Mr. Miller were sending to each other back during this time period?
Yes, they do.
Okay. Your Honor, may we please admit Exhibit D-183?
Mr. Horn,
No objection.
what is the mark for identification as Exhibit D-183 is received as evidence?
If we can, Mr. Dirks, please publish the first page of this exhibit. Okay, can we blow up the picture, just the picture? Well, actually, I take that back. Let's blow up the message to begin with. Okay, so you were on a trip. Who's the other lady in that photo, ma'am?
That's my best friend, Gianna.
Gianna. Okay, we're gonna talk about her a little later, but you were on a trip with her, correct?
Yes.
And you're texting Mr. Miller while was it just a girls' trip? Was Gerhardt there?
It was the first night of a trip, so it was just the girls the first night.
Okay. And 9:47 p.m., you're texting Mr. Miller saying, we're still out, almost midnight, did an Irish car bomb, which was her first in my 1,000th, but first in many years, correct?
That's correct.
Okay. And that's a text you sent to Mr. Miller when you're on this trip, yes?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Can we blow up the photo? And then you sent him this photo of the two of you, yes?
Yes, sir.
And you didn't send these, you send this to him, not Gerhardt, correct?
I don't recall what I sent to Gerhardt at the time.
All right. Let's go to the next page, please. Okay, let's blow that up. And is that you in the photo?
Yes, it is, sir.
And you send that to Mr. Miller, yes?
Correct.
And what is it? What is pre-ICB? What is ICB?
From context, I assume that's Irish car bomb. It's
Okay,
the name
what-
of the shot.
What is Irish car bomb?
It's a drink, a shot.
And you send this to Mr. Miller on the text, correct?
That's correct.
All right, we can take that down. I'll retrieve that from you now.
Thank you.
Thank you. So, we just went through all of that, and when the detective asks you about it, you say, no affair, just flirty text messages, correct?
That's correct, sir.
Okay, now, it's true, ma'am, that Gerhardt took it pretty hard when he found these messages, yes?
He was upset, yes.
Yeah, and he took, he confronted you when you were on a trip with your friends Gianna and Brian in San Luis Obispo, correct?
That's correct, sir.
And was that the trip that we were just talking about?
Yes.
So the day before Gerhardt gets there on this couple's trip, that night before, you're sending photos of yourself and your friend to Mr. Miller, correct?
That's correct, sir.
Okay. Did he have a code word for you that he would tell you when his wife was around?
Not to my knowledge.
All right. Now, Gerhardt confronts you on this trip in San Luis Obispo, and he had actually told Gianna and Brian about it before he confronted you, correct?
That's correct.
And that upset you, correct?
Yes.
Yes, you didn't want them to know, right?
Oh, I would have just preferred to be able to talk with him first. I don't. I tell Gianna almost everything. I think I would have told her about it anyway, but
You think you would have told her about it anyway? Had you told her about it prior to him confronting you?
I mean, had he confronted me, I would have told Gianna that we were working through that.
But-
There wasn't, in my mind,
A
something.
second ago, you just said you were a little upset that he told Gianna, right?
He told them before telling me.
Right, and that upset you, right?
Yes, that felt unfair.
Now, Gianna and Brian had actually been through something similar recently, where Brian supposedly had cheated. Oh well, strike that question. Recently, Brian had an affair on Gianna, correct? And they were working through that, yes,
They were working through marital problems.
involving him in infidelity, right?
That's not my marriage. Doesn't feel like that should be my business.
I'm not asking if it was your business. I'm asking if they had Gianna had shared that with you. You guys are best friends. You guys share everything.
Sure.
So is that what she shared?
I was aware they were working through marital troubles, and fidelity specifically was an issue.
And so it's true that you understood Gerhardt was turning to them for advice on to how to handle this, right?
In some cases, yes, I understood that.
After confronting you about it, as you indicated, you were immediately apologetic, yes?
That's right, sir.
And you wanted, you were apologetic, and then you guys were going to try to work through this, correct?
That's correct, sir.
There were certain things he needed. I mean, isn't it true that he said he wanted you to quit your job?
He didn't ask me to quit my job, but he did talk about it for sure.
Okay. He did talk to you about quitting your job, correct?
Potentially, yes.
And he also demanded that you cease all contact with Mr. Miller in person, yes?
Yes.
And in fact, you had a trip planned coming up to Seattle with Mr. Miller that you ended up canceling, yes?
He would have been there. There were several people from Terra Power.
Okay, let me rephrase that. You were going to go on a work trip at which Mr. Miller was going to be at, correct?
Correct, sir.
And in fact, on that trip, you had changed your hotel to be in the same hotel as Mr. Miller, correct?
And several other Terra Power employees, yes, sir.
Your job was, well, I'm going to get into it more in a second, but your job was pretty rare and unique, right? Like that you were in the nuclear energy field, correct?
I still am, yes, sir.
Yeah, but at the time, right, when he was talking to you about quitting and leaving it, right?
Yes.
You talked about his need for intimacy, both emotional and physical. You indicated that he wanted to have sex every other day, correct?
That's correct.
And he also wanted you to be less, I guess, secretive or give up some privacy. And he wanted to see your emails and communications, correct?
He looked through my phone almost every day. Yes, sir.
And in fact, these were not just desires that were unique to him. You listen to audiobooks, like, for example, How to Help My Spouse Heal with My Affair, right?
Yes, sir.
And in that book, they recommend cutting off all contact with your affair partner, yes?
To my recollection, yes.
They recommend that you share passwords, share your whereabouts, share communications, because secrecy is what caused the damage, openness is what repairs it, right? You remember learning things like that in these books and counseling?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And that's what Gerhardt was asking for, right? He wanted to see what you were, just see what you were messaging with others, right?
In some cases, yes, sir.
Okay. Generally speaking, it is good practice at a crime scene, if there's an important piece of evidence, that an evidence specialist can come out, photograph it in the trained way that you are before the evidence is moved, correct?
Yes.
You want to document it well where it is, because oftentimes exactly where a piece of evidence found is important, correct?
That is correct.
And so you're trained that as much as possible, evidence specialists come out, try to maybe use your rulers or whatever to help, show where a piece of evidence exactly was, and photograph it and use your training to document where exactly that important piece of evidence was at the crime scene. That's good practice, yes?
That is good practice.
Okay. And then that way, like a year later, we're not guessing where exactly something was and wasn't, correct?
Correct.
All right, thank you. Now, Ms. DeMello, do you know somebody by the name of, and I may not, I'm going to try to pronounce it right, Miss Niu Zhang?
That would be Zinwei.
Completely wrong. The way I
Zhang.
said it.
Yes. Yes.
I'm sorry, what was, is the last?
Zinwei
Okay, oh, it's, sorry, the last name is?
Zhang.
Okay.
Yes.
Last name is?
Zhang.
Okay, Zhang.
Yes.
Miss Zhang.
Zinwei. Yes. Miss Zhang.
Okay, I'll refer to her as Miss Zhang. Do you know who that is?
Yes.
And she was an evidence specialist at the Honolulu Police Department, correct?
Yes.
And she worked on this case, yes?
Yes, she did.
But then she has since left HPD and I think maybe resides in China or something now.
She is no longer with the department. That is correct.
And were you her supervisor?
I was not her direct supervisor, no.
Okay. I noticed on some of the photographs that Miss Zhang took that it indicates that it was approved by Veronica DeMello. What does that mean to if she took a photograph and then you approved it?
So with our workflow, a supervisor, not necessarily her direct supervisor, a supervisor will review the images that are put into that central report system within HPD to account for the amount of images that were taken.
Okay. So you were a supervisor, just not her direct supervisor?
Correct.
But on this occasion, you did approve the photos she took, correct?
Yes.
Okay. And she likewise was an evidence specialist who received training on how to properly take photos of relevant things, correct?
Take photos, yes.
Yeah. She received training on that, right?
Yes, she did.
Your Honor, Exhibit D30 has been admitted into evidence. And can I read the stipulation to the jury?
Yes, but before you do, Mr. Otake, so ladies and gentlemen of the jury, Mr. Otake is going to read what's called a stipulation of facts to you. These facts have been agreed by the parties to be conclusively proved. You will treat these facts as conclusively proved. They're not in dispute. Whenever you're ready, Mr. Otake, you may proceed.
Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, the parties stipulate that Exhibit D30 contains photographs taken by HPD evidence specialist Niu Zhang on March 24th, 2025. Okay?
Thank you.
Okay. All right. May I publish?
Yes.
Okay, Ms. DeMello, I'm going to publish this exhibit and ask you a few questions about it, okay? To help
Okay.
the jury understand what certain things on this means, okay? So, first thing I'm going to show you here, if I can get this to work well, is at the bottom of D30, let's let it focus, it indicates here, it has Ms. Zhang's name here, right?
Yes.
And then it says rank POL EVSP3. In your experience, what does that mean?
Police Evidence Specialist 3.
Okay. And so there's different levels.
Yes.
How many levels are there?
4.
Okay. And so she was a 3.
Correct.
Okay. And then it has a date and time, March 24, 2025, 1946, which would be 7:46 p.m., yes?
Yes.
And in your experience, that's typically around the time that the photos are taken and submitted?
No, that is the time that it's entered into the central receiving
Thank
system.
you.
Yeah.
So that's
report system.
That's when it's entered into the system, right?
That is
So-
correct.
So that would mean that the photographs being entered were taken before 7:46 p.m. on March 24th, correct?
That would be correct.
At some point.
At
right?
some point.
Okay. Then this is the side I was asking about, approved by Veronica DeMello. That's you, correct?
That is correct.
Okay. So now I'm going to zoom out. Is this it says at the top here, Honolulu Police Department photographic report. You see that?
Yes.
So part of what evidence specialists do is they photograph things and then they put it into a kind of a report form. Yes?
Yes.
Okay. And this looks to be, well, you approved this, and this is a photographic report that Ms. Zhang created, correct?
That is correct.
Correct, okay. And she is now, lives in China, to your knowledge.
To my
Okay,
knowledge.
thank you. Okay, So on this front page here, we have two photographs. We have one on the bottom there is a full-length photograph of Gerhardt Konig. You see that?
It is a left profile.
Left profile.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yes.
That's what you guys call it, right?
Yes, a
Yeah.
left profile full length, which
Okay.
means full body on the left side.
Got it. And that's normal in as you go about photographing somebody who's been arrested, and if you're asked to do it, you take profiles from the left, the right,
Right.
and the front. Correct.
Front and back.
And the back.
Yes.
Okay. And then the top one, and that's photograph 8. Top one, photograph 7. That's a I guess closer up of the left profile. Yes.
That is correct, the left profile.
Okay, and then you guys also keep the actual photographs from the camera itself. That's not, you have the photograph that's taken, and you put it in a report. But then you guys also have the actual photograph from the camera too, right?
I'm not.
I'll,
sorry.
I'll show you the next
Okay.
page. Okay, so this was turned over,
Okay.
and it's not in a report form, but it's a photograph that was turned over. So you guys have the photographs, and then it's included in the report after. Yes.
Yeah, so if you're talking about keeping the digital file
Yes.
image, yes.
That's what I mean. Sorry,
Yes.
I don't know the right term,
Yes.
but yes.
The digital file image is
It's kept.
kept.
Okay. So, and this is again, digital file image of the left profile of Gerhardt's face, yes?
That is correct.
Okay. And sometimes you guys are trained to, well, not sometimes, but are you guys trained to take photos of apparent injuries on a suspect's body?
We are trained to do that, yes.
Okay.
Yes.
And in this case, there was a photograph taken of the left side of Dr. Konig's face on March 24th, 2025, correct?
I don't know when she took these images.
But it was before, I'm sorry, it was before 7:46 on March 24th,
Correct.
2025, correct?
Correct.
Okay. And we just read the stipulation where the parties are agreeing that it was taken by her on March 21st, 2025. Right?
Yes.
But you weren't there when it was taken.
Correct.
Okay.
I wasn't there when it was.
Okay. All right. Okay, that's all the questions I have. Thank you, Ms. DiMello.
Thank you.
Okay, Corporal, what are we seeing right at the start of this camera?
Oh, this is me driving to the scene.
Okay, I'm going to fast forward a little bit until you get there. So fast forwarding to timestamp on the video of (10:38:04). So we're going to play at 10:38:04. And before I start playing, Corporal, what are we looking at before we start playing this on this freeze frame?
Again, like in the photo, this is the entrance to the Palipuka Trail.
And we're playing at 10:38:04. We're pausing at 10:38:16. Corporal, what are you doing in this part of the clip?
I'm putting on some protective latex gloves.
Why are you doing that?
Just because of the call that came in, an assault, I might have to go hands-on with somebody, and I prefer to keep my hands as clean as possible.
What does going hands-on mean?
Just because they're an assault, there could be a suspect. I don't know if they're violent or not, so if I have to place my hands on them to detain them, I'd rather have my hands protected.
You mean physically place your hands on a person?
Correct.
Okay. We're going to play at 10:38:16. Corporal Chan, I'm pausing at 10:38:50. What are you doing waiting?
I'm trying to see if there's any other backup come in, if I can hear anything inside the trail, see if the suspect is around, just trying to not to just rush into the situation.
Got it. Okay, playing at 10:38:50. Corporal, what are we seeing at, I'm pausing at 10:39:33. What are we seeing in this portion of the clip?
We're seeing the reporting person on the left, that's Sarah Bushbaum, the complainant, the Arielle Konig in the middle, and then the other witness, Amanda Morris, heading down the trail.
I'm going to play at 10:39:33. Corporal, I'm pausing at 10:40:54. What are you doing at this point?
So right now I'm trying to determine if a crime had occurred. If a crime did occur, I'm trying to find out.
Pause you right there.
Sorry.
What are you physically doing? I saw your phone in your hand just a moment ago. What are you doing with your phone?
I'm about ready to take a picture and then see if I could locate the suspect as well, because that's my work phone, so we're able to search up people.
Okay. Is that the same picture that you showed us yesterday?
Yes.
Okay. Playing at 10:40:54. Okay, Corporal, I'm pausing at 10:41:45. Is it fair to say you see you kind of crouched down towards the ground at this point?
Yes.
Okay. What are you doing at this point?
I'm trying to get any details on the suspect, what he was wearing, his description, so I can put it out over the radio.
Okay. Okay, Corporal, I'm going to scoot ahead a little bit in time with the body cam. So now I'm scrolling ahead. And I'm pausing at 10:43:07. Is this where you're still in the gathering information stage?
Yes.
Okay. I'm going to to play at 10:43:07. Corporal, pausing at 10:43:45. Were you able to speak to Miss Konig at this time?
Yes.
Okay. Without getting into what was said, and before I ask that question, had you ever met Arielle Konig before March 24, 2025?
No.
Okay. So do you know what her voice was normally like?
No.
Despite that, did you make any observations regarding her voice as you spoke to her that day?
It sounded weak and kind of, she took a lot of pauses, out of breath, understandable.
Okay. Playing at 10:43:45. All right, now I'm pausing the video at 10:44:28. Corporal Chun, did you eventually go up the trail that day?
Yes.
Okay, I'm going to scoot forward ahead in your body-worn camera just a little bit to where you enter the trail. So I'm scrolling forward in States Exhibit 232. All right, and starting to play at 10:50:07 timestamp. Sorry, Corporal Chun, I'm going to pause here at 10:51:39. Where's your hand right now?
I believe it's on the ground.
On the ground or your knee?
I have no idea. I think I was just trying not to pass out.
Corporal Chun, are you a hiker?
No, no.
Okay, sorry for that pause. I'll move on. We'll play at 10:51:39. Corporal Chun, I'm pausing now at 10:53:24. What are we looking at this part of the trail?
I think that's sort of towards the top of where like the steep part ends. So that I believe that's Corporal Bulligai. I'm not too sure. I can't tell too much, but still, this isn't the scene of the incident.
We're going to play at 10:53:24. I'm going to probably pause again real quick. Okay, Corporal Chun. On the right side of the screen, what do you see? On the far right.
I see a sheer fall.
Okay. Do you know how tall the drop is?
No, I'm not 100% sure, but it's very, very far.
And what were the wind conditions like that day?
They're pretty windy. Usually over there, it's kind of windy.
Playing now 10:53:36. All right, now I'm going to go back just a couple frames here, Corporal. So I'm going to rewind 10 seconds and I'm going to play again. So we're starting again at 10:53:57. What's on the right side of the screen here?
Just more, just another cliff. Yeah, we're still on the edge of the cliff as well.
Okay. Playing at 10:54:06. Okay, Corporal, and pausing at 10:54:22. What do you see on the screen here?
It looks like an article of clothing that Corporal Wu found on the trail.
Okay. Right, I'm going to take the video off of the screen for now. Okay, Corporal Chun. Right, Miss Sarah, where are you from?
I'm from Vancouver, Canada.
And what do you do for work?
I'm a registered nurse.
All right, jumping right into it, I'm going to ask you about an incident from March 24, 2025. Do you remember that incident?
Yes.
On March 24, 2025, around 10 a.m., where were you?
On the Polypuka hike.
Is the Polypuka hike on the island of Oahu?
Yes.
What were you doing on Oahu in March 2025?
I was here on vacation.
How long were you staying?
About 2 weeks.
When were you scheduled to leave?
I was scheduled to leave that night, actually.
Okay, so you're leaving the night of March 24th, 2025.
Yes.
Was anybody up with you at the Polypuka on March 24th of last year?
My friend Amanda.
What were you and Amanda planning to do up there?
Just hike.
Okay. And what hike were you going to do?
The Polypuka hike.
About what time did you start the Polypuka hike?
At 10:24.
So 10:24 a.m.
Mm-hmm.
Had you ever been on that hike?
Sorry,
before?
yes.
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 Sorry. Had you ever been on that hike before?
Yes.
How far into the hike did you get that day?
Approximately like 4 or 5 minutes in.
Can you describe the beginning section of the trail?
The beginning section is a bit of a bamboo forest where you're just uphill with dirt. And then once you're about 4-ish minutes in, you get to the clearing of the ridgeline.
Got it. And what happened as you and Amanda were hiking up the trail?
We started hearing a woman screaming for help.
You said it was a woman screaming?
Yeah, it was a woman desperately screaming for help.
What was she screaming?
Help, help, help.
When you heard the woman screaming, help, 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 what did you think?
We initially thought it was someone falling off the edge of the cliff, so we started running in the direction of the screaming.
And once you heard the woman screaming, help, 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 where did you go on the trail?
Initially, we were still in that beginning part, so we went up, and then we hit the ridgeline, and then we went a little bit along the ridgeline and came across like a corner, and then that's when we saw the defendant.
Okay. So can you describe, first of all, what you saw when you turned that corner on the ridgeline?
We saw a man, which was unexpected because we had been hearing a woman screaming, and stopped.
What position was the man in?
He was facing the ridge, sort of standing but crouched a bit.
Did you see anybody else there initially?
Initially, I didn't.
Okay. Did you see anybody else there eventually?
Yes,
Who else did you see?
I saw Arielle.
What position was Arielle in?
When I saw her, she was on her stomach crawling towards us.
Now, how close was the man to the edge?
Fairly close.
And what was over the edge of the trail?
Nothing. It's just ridge and then drop down.
Got it. Okay, so a drop.
Yeah, a big drop.
Did the man have anything in his hands?
He had a rock.
If you were to see the man again, would you be able to recognize him?
Yes.
If he's in the courtroom today, could you point him out and let us know an article of clothing he's wearing?
He's wearing the blue shirt.
Okay. And Your Honor, may the record reflect the witness has identified the defendant.
Record will reflect identification was made.
Can you describe the condition of the woman as you saw her?
Her face was covered in blood. Her head was covered in. She was just fully covered in blood.
Did the woman say anything?
She screamed, "Help! He's trying to kill me! Call 911."
Okay. What was the position of the defendant and the woman when she screamed, "Help, he's trying to kill me"?
He was standing above her.
And where was she?
She was laying on her stomach.
After the woman said, "Help, he's trying to kill me," what did you do?
We initially backed up a bit because we were right on the edge and we didn't want to get attacked. So we backed up so we were in a safer area. And as we were backing up, I was calling 911 and Amanda was yelling at her saying that we were calling for help.
In that 911 call, what were you telling the dispatcher?
What we had just seen, that we saw a woman said that she was being attacked.
I'm sorry,
Sorry.
Sarah. I think I asked that question. When you were making that 911 call, were you describing what you were seeing as you saw it or immediately after?
Immediately after.
I'm going to approach now with what's been marked as State's Exhibit 3, previously provided to defense counsel. Okay, Sarah, I've handed you what's been marked as State's Exhibit number 3. Do you recognize what I've handed you?
Yes.
What is this?
This is a recording of the 911 call.
Did you review what's on this disc?
Yes.
What is on the disc? I'm sorry, you've already answered that. Is the recording of the 911 call on that disc a true and accurate recording of what you described to the 911 operator on March 24th, 2025?
Yes.
After you reviewed the disc, what did you do with it?
I signed it and then they put it back and then they took it away.
Okay. Is that the same disc you reviewed?
Yes.
Is that your signature on the disc?
Yes.
Okay. At this point, the state will move Exhibit 3 into evidence.
Mr. Otake.
No objection.
What has been marked for identification as State's Exhibit 3 is received into evidence.
Okay, and Sarah, if you can bear with me for a moment, I'm going to publish State's Exhibit 3.
Ladies and
Get off
gentlemen,
you.
Sorry.
Go ahead, publish.
Okay.
Hi, someone's currently being attacked on the top of Polly Puka. Where? There's a man trying to kill her. She's blood all over her face. Where is this at? Polly Puka, the hike at the lookout. Okay, so Polly on the top of lookout. She's on the Polly Puka hike, and he's currently attacking her. Okay, where, how far is the hike? Or is it the entrance? Where? We're probably like 5 minutes into the hike. Really quick in. Okay, what are you seeing? We heard her screaming, help, help, help me, and then we saw a man over her, and then she crawled out with blood over her face, saying that he's trying to kill her. And does she know him? I don't know. Okay, where is he at? What is he wearing? He was in a t-shirt, white. He had brownish, sort of curly hair. Asian, Caucasian, Hawaiian, white. White guy? Yeah, white guy. Okay. And then what kind of shirt? T-shirt, maybe. I'm sorry, shorts. Pardon? What kind of shorts? I didn't see. He's wearing shorts, though. Okay, and did he walk away from her? No, he was not. We walked away because we didn't want him to attack us. Okay, so he's still there. Yeah. They were both hiking. And was she Caucasian? What is she wearing? It was hard to say. She was covered in blood and she was crawling. Okay, and then, so she's 5 minutes into... The man is here. The girl is here. She's wearing a purple tank top. She's okay. She's covered in blood. She's near us, though. Does she have a weapon? Did he have a weapon? He didn't have a weapon. Okay. It's a rock. He was hitting her with a rock. Okay. Is this the Polly Lookout? Is that the one on the town side going towards... Or is it on the Kailua side? The Polly Lookout? We need an ambulance, but it's on the town side. There was an accident. The police are actually really close to the entrance because there was an accident. Okay, that helps me. Okay, and then what is your name? Sarah. Okay, we'll send somebody out there just to go for the officer and the ambulance. We'll definitely need an ambulance, okay. Thank you. Thank you. You okay?
Dr. Grosjean, do you agree that all your opinions you offer in this case will be to a reasonable degree of medical certainty?
Yes.
Were you on duty at the Queens Punch Bowl ER on March 24th, 2025?
I was.
On that date, did you treat somebody named Arielle Konig?
Yes.
Before you treat somebody, do you obtain a patient history?
I do.
Okay. And what is a patient history?
A patient history is what a patient tells me about their condition, about why they came to the emergency department. It can be about their symptoms, or in other cases, it can be about if they come in with an injury. I ask them about the injury, what happens.
Why is it important to obtain a patient's history?
It's important so I can correlate clinically their concerns, their symptoms, their injury, to understand what happened so I can order the best testing and management plan for them.
Without going into the identity of any persons responsible, was Arielle able to explain the mechanics of any injuries she reported?
Yes.
Did Arielle report any symptoms aside from physical injuries?
Yes, she reported a headache, pain to the face, pain to her left hand, nausea, and dizziness.
And what were the mechanics of any injuries she reported?
It appeared that she was struck with an object.
As an ER physician, do you compare the history that a patient gives you with your physical examination of a patient?
Yes.
And why do you make that comparison?
I make that comparison to understand the severity of injuries and determine what type of treatment and what type of testing I may order to evaluate the condition.
And did you actually observe any injuries on Arielle on March 24th, 2025?
I did.
Can we walk through those injuries, starting with her head? So, Dr. Grosjean, I'm going to publish what's been entered into evidence as States Exhibit 25. And you can see it on the screen there to your left. And as I have this on the screen next to you, I'm going to hand you the iPad that I have right here with the laser pointer working. And I'm going to ask you to describe the injuries that you saw in Arielle. Okay, so Dr. Grosjean, can you first of all, walk us through any injuries you observed to Arielle's head.
So in this photo here, this is a complex stellate type laceration. Stellate meaning kind of star-like. So looking at that, you can see the branch out points like a star, multiple branches out here. This is a complex laceration because the borders of this are very irregular. And then you can see that, especially here, you see crushed or macerated tissue as well. Looking into the laceration itself, you could see down and through portions of this laceration, you could actually see the skull, so all the way down to the bone. And then within this laceration, especially in the areas here, I observed pieces of rock and material that were actually embedded in the laceration.
Okay. Dr. Grosjean, what are some of the difficulties in repairing this type of laceration?
So several things. The first is that this wound was grossly contaminated with innumerable amounts of rock and debris. So that all needs to be washed out, debrided, and removed. Otherwise, this laceration is at risk of infection. The other complications are that it was very deep all the way to the skull. And the other difficulties are, you can see how complex this is. This is very jagged edge. All of this needs to be approximated and put together just right. Additionally, there were portions of this where there were tissue bridges. So that's with part of a laceration where there's a thin strip of tissue that attaches on both sides. So that needs to be approximated just right to make sure there's good blood supply to allow that to heal.
Was there any bruising to Arielle's head?
There was diffuse bruising noted around this area here. There was bruising over the nose, and then on the, you can't see it on this picture, on the right orbit over here, there was swelling around the orbit, which is the eye socket. And so there's an additional laceration that's totally separate from this above, like by the eyebrow, but then another in the orbit that was right here.
Okay, I'm going to retrieve the iPad from you and publish a separate exhibit right now, doctor. Okay, now I'm publishing State's Exhibit 22. Dr. Grosjean, is this what you were describing with regards to the right side of Arielle's face?
Yes, the laceration above the right eyebrow underneath, and then there's bruising around the right orbit and along the forehead and over the nose.
Were there any injuries to Arielle's extremities?
There was. She had a lot of bruising to the left thumb and the second finger. There was pain with range of motion of the left thumb. And on the thumb itself, there's what's called a subungual hematoma, which is if you get a large bruise that's under the nail itself. And there was also a small open wound just at the nail bed, which is on the bottom. So that constellation of symptoms, I was concerned that there could be an underlying fracture of the thumb.
Okay, I'm going to publish State's Exhibit 28. Okay, and I'm going to hand you the iPad again, and if you could point out the injuries that you were just describing to us.
So this is the bruising that I noticed to the hand and the thumb. You can see second digit, there's some bruising here, but then on the thumb right here, this bruising under the nail was called a subungual hematoma, and then there was bleeding from a small laceration here, and then swelling to the thumb and the digit.
Okay, thank you for explaining. I'm going to retrieve the iPad from you now. I'm going to take State's Exhibit 28 off of the screen. Dr. Grosjean, as a result of your physical examination, did you order any imaging?
I did.
Okay. What type of imaging did you order?
I ordered a CAT scan of the head, the face, and the cervical spine, which is a three-dimensional X-ray to evaluate the area.
Did you yourself review the results of the imaging of Arielle's head?
I did.
Okay. Was there any skull fracture?
No.
In general terms, Dr. Grosjean, is the human skull the same thickness at all parts?
It is not.
Okay. Can you tell us which parts of the skull are thicker and which parts are thinner?
The frontal skull is thicker than on the side of the head, such as the temporal skull.
For the part of the skull where you showed us where Arielle had these lacerations, is that the frontal skull or the temporal skull?
This was along the frontal skull,
So again, is that the thicker part or the thinner part?
the thicker part.
Dr. Grosjean, were you able to determine an exact number of times Arielle may have been struck?
Not an exact number.
Okay, do you have an opinion as to whether it was one time?
More than one time.
More than two?
Multiple times.
As a result of your physical examination, did you consult with any other departments or teams?
I did. I discussed management with the trauma surgeon.
Why did you consult with the trauma surgeon?
I consulted the trauma surgeon because the patient had multiple traumatic injuries, and from my experience in emergency medicine, this is a very highly complex laceration and needed a specialist to manage, especially being managed in the operating room.
Okay. And when you say traumatic injuries, in the medical context, what does that mean?
It means multiple injuries, so trauma, any head injury, lacerations, broken bones, the trauma surgeons can help manage.
And sorry, maybe I asked a bad question, doctor. Is trauma, in the medical sense, related to the impact?
Yes.
Okay, sorry. Could you explain that maybe more clearly than I just asked you?
So if a trauma is any force that's subjected on the body, if a patient has subjective or significant force that the body is subjected to, there's at risk of injuries, and this patient was at high risk of injuries. Yeah.
After you completed your physical examination of Arielle, were you able to compare her injuries with the verbal history she gave you?
I did.
Was Arielle's verbal history consistent with the injuries you observed?
It was.
Did everything you testified to occur in the city and county of Honolulu, state of Hawaii?
Yes.
Thank you. I have no further questions at this time.
Mr. Otake, cross-examination.
Thank you, Your Honor. All right, doctor, my name is Tommy Otake. I'm going to have a few questions for you this afternoon. But first, I want to make sure I'm pronouncing your name correctly. Could you please tell me how to say your last name?
Grosjean.
Grosjean, okay. Kind of how I spell it, I guess. Yeah. Okay, thank you. Now, doctor, you're an emergency physician at Queens Hospital, yes?
Yes.
And you've been so for about 10 years or so, is that right?
Correct.
Okay. Now, in the emergency department at Queens Hospital, when you treat a patient, you input relevant information into their medical charts, correct?
Yes.
And, you know, of course, when you do that, you do your best to be accurate with the information you're putting into the charts, yes?
Yes.
And that's because other doctors rely on the charts, and, you know, other medical professionals might read the charts, and as it relates to medical decision making, it's important to be accurate, correct?
Yes.
And because you see a lot of patients in the Queens Emergency Department, for example, in the last year, you've probably seen hundreds or thousands, correct?
Correct.
All right. And so you can't remember every detail from every case, and the charts help you to kind of go back and refresh your memory about specifics, correct?
Yes.
And in this case, you did review your charts prior to testifying today, yes?
Yes.
And in addition, you met with, or at least had some conversations with the prosecutors before today, yes?
Yes.
Okay. I'm going to be asking you a lot about the details in your charting. Would it be helpful for you to have a copy of the chart while I'm asking you these questions?
You can provide it to me.
Okay. Is that, Your Honor, may I approach with a copy of D83?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Okay. So, doctor, I'm handing you the medical charting for Arielle Konig from her visit on March 24th, 2025, and I'm going to point you to certain portions of it, okay? So let's start first on page 3, okay? On page 3, according to the chart, it indicates that Ms. Konig came into the emergency department at 12:13 p.m. on March 24th, 2025, correct?
Yes.
Okay. Queens Emergency Department at times can be very, very busy, yes?
Yes.
Probably the busiest emergency department on the island, I'd imagine, yes?
Yes.
Sometimes there's not enough space in rooms, even in the hallways. Sometimes there's a wait before patients can be brought in, correct?
Yes.
And there's something in emergency medicine called triage, or assigning an acuity level, yes?
That is done by a triage nurse, not a physician.
I understand that, but in emergency medicine, there's triage and acuity, right?
Triage, yes.
Okay. And part of triage, or the way it works, is if there's a busy emergency department, patients who are triaged, who are much more serious, life-threatening types of injuries, they're seen first, right? Typically speaking.
We try to do that.
And sometimes if somebody is stable enough and there's not enough room in the emergency department, sometimes they got to wait in the ambulance outside for a bit, correct?
It's not my decision to do that.
Okay, doctor, I'm going to ask you to listen to the question. I'm not asking you if that was your decision. I'm just asking you factually.
Mm-hmm.
If sometimes there's enough room, if there's not enough room in the emergency department, the less critical patients might have to wait outside in the ambulance for a while, yes?
Correct.
Okay. According to your charts, Ms. Konig was brought into the emergency room at 12:13 p.m., yes?
Yes.
That would be an hour and 45 minutes after 10:30 a.m., correct? Roughly. Roughly, right?
Yeah, say that again.
12:13
Mm-hmm.
is about an hour and 45 minutes after 10:30 a.m., yes?
Yes.
Okay. Then sometimes when a patient is brought into the emergency room and there's not enough room, sometimes if there's no rooms available, they're kept in the hallway, yes?
Yes.
Once in the emergency department at Queens, doctor, a physical exam is done and vital signs are taken and reviewed, correct?
Correct.
And oftentimes the vital signs are probably not taken by you, but taken by nurses or staff there, yes?
Correct.
Okay. But you, as part of your job in assessing the patient, you review the vital signs and the history that was taken by others, correct?
Yes.
Okay, so let's go to page 4 of the charting. Under, you see where it says review of symptoms. Review of symptoms,
Mhm.
or systems, sorry. Review
Yes.
of systems, apologize. That's something you would have reviewed, right? As part of your treatment, yes?
Correct.
So this goes through some of this. Constitutional, it says she was awake and alert with distress, yes?
Yes.
So she was awake and alert, correct?
Correct.
One thing that in the emergency room that is examined in cases of head injuries is the patient's eyes and pupils, correct?
Yes.
You shine a light into the eyes and you see how the eyes react, correct?
Correct.
And in this case, her pupils were equally round and reactive to light, yes?
Yes.
This meant that her pupils were functioning normally, indicating that the brain, brainstem, and optic nerves were likely intact and functioning properly, correct?
Those specific portions of the brain that you mentioned, yes.
Right. Normal pupils in this context is a positive sign that a doctor looks for when assessing the neurological status of a patient with reported head trauma, correct?
It is one of the signs, correct.
And in this case, it was normal, yes?
Yes.
For your patient, Ms. Konig, yes?
Yes.
The patient's heart rate is also checked as part of the initial examination, correct?
Correct.
And in this case, Ms. Konig had a normal heart rate and a normal heart rhythm, yes?
Yes.
You also checked her breathing and pulmonary issues, correct?
Yes.
And again, in this case, Ms. Konig, her pulmonary effect was normal and there was no respiratory distress, correct?
Incorrect. The respiratory rate on arrival, she had what's called tachypnea and breathing rapidly. So that rate is 23, which is not normal for an adult.
Okay, do you see under there where it says pulmonary on page 4?
Yes.
Where it says effort.
Mm-hmm.
Pulmonary effort is normal, no respiratory distress. Breath sounds, normal breath sounds. At least in that portion, it was charted that it was normal, correct?
Yes.
Now, they also check her abdomen as part of this initial exam process, yes?
Yes.
And the abdomen meaning the stomach, and you guys feel around and to see if it's normal, correct?
Correct.
And in this case, there was no distension, correct?
Correct.
What does distension mean, if you can tell the jury?
If the abdomen is protuberant and if it's out,
Okay.
that's not normal.
And that's a bad thing, right?
Can be, yes.
In this case, there was no distension, right?
Mm-hmm.
Her abdomen was soft, is what you want to see, yes?
Yes.
No abdominal tenderness, correct?
Correct.
No abnormal findings related to her abdominal, correct?
Yes.
Okay. Now, there was a reported head injury with a rock, correct?
Yes.
You're concerned about neurological damage to the brain, skull fractures, things like that, yes?
Correct.
One of the things that are done in the emergency department when there's concerns about head injuries is something called a Glasgow Coma Scale, correct?
Correct.
And you're familiar with that. It's a very commonly used tool by healthcare providers as part of assessing a patient's neurological functioning, correct?
Correct.
It helps to measure if there's decreases in the level of consciousness, yes?
Yes.
Very widely used and relied upon tool, correct?
Correct.
And the neurological assessment tool, am I pronouncing that right? Glasgow Coma?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. That is a tool that was used on Miss Konig while she was in the Queen's ER on this day we're talking about, correct?
Correct.
All right. Now, is this something you're familiar with through your training and experience?
I am.
It's true then that the Glasgow Coma Scale has 3 categories that are part of this neurological exam: eye response, motor response, and verbal response, correct?
Correct.
Eye response, this relates to how awake and alert someone is, correct?
Yes.
Motor response, this part is about how well your brain can control muscle movements. It can show if there's any issues with connections between your brain and the rest of your body, correct?
Yes.
Okay. And then verbal response, this tests how well certain brain abilities work, including thinking, memory, attention span, awareness of your surroundings, correct?
Correct.
To get the score of a Glasgow Coma Scale, providers do these different tests, different scores from each 3 categories, and they add it all up, and that's your Glasgow Coma score, correct?
Yes.
The highest possible Glasgow Coma score is 15, yes?
Yes.
Meaning that's the best, meaning that you want to see on the Glasgow Coma score, right? 15 is better than 3. 3 is the lowest, right?
Yes.
And so you want 15, it means you're fully awake, responsive, not having problems with thinking ability or memory, correct?
Correct.
Doctor, on page 5, what was Miss Konig's Glasgow Coma score on March 24, 2025, in a couple hours after the incident in Queen's Hospital?
15.
Nevertheless, you're concerned about skull fractures, so you order a CAT scan of the head, face, and spine, correct?
Correct.
Because a CAT scan is a very reliable imaging tool. Well, it's an imaging tool that is used to see into the body to see if there's fractures, injuries, brain bleeds, things like that, yes?
Yes.
You thought it was prudent to order one, correct?
Absolutely.
All right. And you reviewed the results of these imaging tests and factored that into your medical decision making, yes?
I did.
The CAT scan of the head, you're looking for any skull fractures or hematoma, given the report that she was hit multiple times in the head with a rock, yes?
Yes.
And doctor, the CAT scan to the head indicated that there were no skull fractures, correct?
Correct.
And no hemorrhaging was found either, yes? I mean,
No.
correct?
No internal hemorrhage, yes.
Yeah, that's what I mean. No brain bleeds were found, correct?
Correct.
You also do a CAT scan of Miss Konig's face, and the results of that, as well, there were no mandible fractures, yes?
Correct.
Well, what is a mandible?
That is the jawbone.
Okay. I guarantee I'm going to pronounce some medical words wrong, but ossicles, is that a word? I can't even pronounce it close enough for you to recognize it. Ossicles?
It is a word, yes.
Okay, how do you say it?
So ossicles.
Okay, what is that?
So it depends where you're looking. There are ossicles in different locations.
Well,
So-
after the CAT scan of the face said ossicles are normally aligned. Said it was normal.
Okay.
Okay, so what is that?
So the facial bones were aligned. There was no facial bone that was out of place.
Okay. No skull base fractures, correct?
Correct.
No zygomatic arch or pterygoid plate fractures, right?
Yes.
And what is a zygomatic arch or pterygoid plate fracture?
So they're the pterygoid plate. They're parts of the face and the
Okay.
skull. So zygomatic arch kind of goes over here, and then the pterygoid plate's nearby.
And the CAT scan to the face showed no fractures to that area, correct?
Yes.
No maxillary sinus fractures. What is the maxillary sinus, doctor?
Maxillary sinus is, again, one of the bone structures of the face, so that would be right here.
Okay. No fractures to that area, yes?
Yes.
Now, I wanted to ask you about this. The orbits are intact and the globes are normal. That's what the CAT scan said, right?
Yes.
You were asked earlier about the thickness of skull in different areas. Remember that?
Yes.
By the prosecutor?
Hmm.
And you said certain parts are thicker than others, right?
Yes.
And you have the skull and different parts of the skull. But isn't it true, doctor, that the orbital bones, it's a thin, fragile bone?
So these are facial bones, not the skull bone. So these are facial bones here, and so over the sinus, it is thinner than the frontal
Yeah, no,
skull.
I understand
Mhm.
that. I'm not saying you misled anyone. I'm just clarifying. You're talking about the skull. I'm talking about the orbital bones, right?
Mhm.
Isn't it true, doctor, that the orbital bones around the eye is a very thin, fragile bone in a person's body?
On the inferior portions and the medial portions, which are here and here.
They are thin and fragile, yes?
They are one of the thinner portions of the face, of the bones, yes.
And in the ER department, you often see people with orbital bone fractures because they are thin, fragile bones that can be broken by getting hit in the face with a baseball, for example. You've seen that in your time, I'd imagine, yes?
Yes.
And in this case, the face CT, CAT scan, showed that she did not have any fractures to this thin bone around her eyes, correct?
Correct.
The CAT scan of her cervical spine, likewise, doctor, no fractures of her cervical spine was found, correct?
Correct.
Okay. I want to ask you now a little bit about this laceration on her head, and you refer to it as a stellate laceration, is that right?
Yes.
And am I pronouncing that right, stellate?
You are.
Stellate laceration is a star-shaped complex skin tear featuring multiple arms, often caused by blunt force trauma, correct?
Correct.
So in other words, it's different from like a cut or laceration caused by like a sharp edge of a knife or something like that, correct?
Correct.
In those lacerations with a knife or sharp object, the laceration is more defined, it's more linear, yes?
Yes.
Okay. But stellate lacerations caused by, and when we say blunt force trauma, we just mean getting hit with something hard, correct?
Correct.
Okay. Stellate lacerations caused by getting hit with something hard, the skin breaks apart differently than it does from a cut with a knife, yes?
Yes.
And often there are multiple jagged edges to the laceration that extend outward from an impact point, correct?
Yes.
There's a central impact, point of impact, and multiple edges branching out from there, which is what you saw in this case, yes?
Yes.
So to the untrained eye, it can look like multiple separate lacerations, but for those who understand stellate lacerations, there's an impact point and it branches out from there, correct?
Yes.
And because of the multiple branches and all the things you described about the skin and putting it back together, you thought it was best to have a surgeon stitch it back up, correct? Because I mean, you suture a lot of lacerations in the ER, but this one, it was complex because of the different arms. You thought it best to have a plastic surgeon stitch it up, yes?
It was large, it was contaminated, and just the extent of it, yeah.
Yeah, because you said it was complex, so you thought a surgeon should stitch it up instead of you, right?
Absolutely, it needed washed out in the operating room.
Okay? And that's what happened, and then Ms. Konig was discharged home the next day, correct?
Yes.
Now, you said today that, well, first of all, you're not you're a board-certified emergency medicine physician, correct?
Correct.
You're not a forensic pathologist, MD, who specializes in analyzing manner and means of injuries or death, correct?
Correct.
That being said, you were asked by the prosecutors back in December about if you could tell how many strikes caused this, and you say today, you think multiple, but one of the things you said to the prosecutors when they asked you about it is you said you could not tell if the injury was from one giant strike or multiple strikes, but you anticipated it was multiple strikes. That's what you told the prosecutors, right?
Correct. It looked like multiple strikes.
Maybe one, but looked like multiple, right?
Right.
But you told them you couldn't tell if it was maybe from one giant strike, correct? That's what you told the investigator from the prosecutors, right?
On the area on the face, yes.
Yeah.
There would have to be 2 strikes if we get here and here.
Right.
So
I
at
understand
minimum.
that. I'm talking
Mhm.
about they're asking about the laceration on the head.
Yes.
And to that one, you said you couldn't tell if it was from one giant strike or multiple strikes, right?
Right.
Okay, doctor, as part of your job as a physician in the emergency room, from time to time, the police who are investigating alleged criminal allegations, they ask you to fill out something called a Honolulu Police Department Physician's Report, yes?
Yes.
And in this case, you did so, right?
I did.
And the way that works is it's a form that after you see the patient, you go and you check boxes on the form, correct? And you can write in some narrative, but you check boxes, correct?
Correct.
Now, you were today qualified with no objection from us. I mean, you're an expert in emergency medicine, correct? You've been qualified as one today, right?
I believe so, yeah.
And you were an expert in emergency medicine on the date of the incident, March 24th, 2025, right? I mean, you've been doing it for almost 10 years, right?
Over 10 years, yes.
And you understand that the Honolulu Police Department relies on you in these forms to provide accurate, unbiased medical opinions related to the extent of a patient's injuries when there's a criminal investigation, correct?
Yes.
And you try your best to do so. You know it's important, so you try your best to be honest and accurate in these forms, yes?
Yes.
And isn't it true, doctor, that as it related to Ms. Konig, when you're filling out the Honolulu Police Department physician's forms, one of the questions when you were asked under what's entitled substantial bodily injury, did the injury cause a major avulsion, laceration, or penetration of the skin? And you said yes because of the laceration, correct?
Correct.
Okay. You were also asked, did the injury cause a bone fracture? And at that point, you said unknown, testing was pending, right?
Right. We were waiting for the x-ray result.
Correct. Then you were asked, did the injury cause a serious concussion? And your answer to that was no, correct?
Correct.
You were then asked, did the injury cause a tearing, rupture, or coercive damage to the esophagus, viscera, or other internal injuries? And again, your answer to that was no, correct?
Correct.
Then under the subsection serious bodily injury, you were asked, as in, being the expert in doing emergency medicine all these years, did the injury create a substantial risk of death? And you checked off the box no, correct?
Correct.
Then you were asked, will the injury cause any serious permanent disfigurement? And you said unclear, pending trauma team repair of wound, yes?
Yes.
Because this was on the first day she was there, right?
This was early on in the course
Yeah.
of treatment, so.
Right. Then you were asked, will the injury cause a protracted loss or impairment of the function of any bodily member or organ? And again, you answered no, correct, doctor?
Correct.
We're going to publish them in a row, Detective. So we're going to start putting State 68 on the screen. Okay. And you can see it up there, but you can also follow the exhibit that you have with you.
Oh, yeah.
What does this photo show, Detective?
Shows a photo of the rock,
In which part of the rock?
the jagged side with blood, well, or what appears to be blood on it.
Okay. And why did you take this photo?
I just wanted to take this photo just to, so you can see the side of the rock that possibly had made contact with human skin.
Okay. We're going to now publish State's Exhibit 69. Detective Spacek, what does this photo show?
This photo shows, it depicts a close-up of the rock with strands of possible human hair stuck to it or attached to it.
Okay. We're going to publish now State's Exhibit 70. Okay, we've got State's Exhibit 70 on the screen, Detective. What does this exhibit show?
This exhibit depicts the rock and one of the measurements that was taken with a ruler.
Okay. And our last photo for now, publishing State's Exhibit 71. What does this photo show?
This photo depicts the rock sitting on a scale.
Okay. Now, was this a super technically calibrated scale?
I don't believe so. No.
Okay. What was the purpose in taking the photo?
Purpose in taking the photos was just to show the consistency of the surface of the rock, what was on the rock at the time it was recovered, and also to show the dimensions of the rock, the width and the length, and also the weight.
Okay. And when we're speaking about weight, we're speaking generally, right?
Generally, yes.
So the general weight of the rock. Okay. And what was the general weight of the rock?
The general rate of the weight of the rock was a little over a pound, maybe like a pound, 1.2 pounds.
I'm going to zoom in on the screen on the scale right there. Does that say, and you can look at the screen here, Detective, say 1 pound, 2 ounces?
Yes.
Okay. I'm going to take the exhibit down. Okay, and I'm going to actually walk up and retrieve those exhibits from you now, Detective.
Okay.
Okay, so after you took these photos of the rock on March 27th, 2025, what did you do with it?
After taking photos, I put it back in the bag it was recovered in and resealed it and submitted it back into evidence.
Okay. To this same evidence custodian or different?
Same evidence custodian.
And during the time that you took the rock from the evidence custodian to the time that you gave the rock back to the same evidence custodian, was that rock in your full custody and control?
Yes.
Did anybody else touch the rock at all during that time?
No.
And during that time, did you tamper with, alter, substitute anything on the rock?
No.
Were you wearing gloves?
Yes.
And how did you package the rock before you gave it back to the evidence specialist?
I placed it back into the bag that it came in and I resealed it.
With new evidence tape?
Yes.
All right. In this case, in addition to the evidence that you talked over that was recovered so far, did you recover any evidence yourself?
Yes.
What did you recover?
I recovered a black Patagonia backpack, or like a side bag type of, it's like a sling bag type of bag.
Got it. And can you describe for us the circumstances of how you recovered that?
Yes. After the suspect was arrested at the scene, or just a little bit lower than the scene, I recovered the backpack or that bag from Officer Chauncey Nicola.
After you recovered that bag from Officer Nicola, what did you do with it?
When he handed it to me, it was already in a brown bag. I recovered the bag and took it back to when I went back to the station, I sealed up the bag, labeled it, and secured it in my drawer, my office drawer, that can be locked with a key.
Got it. All right, Detective Spacek, I'm going to now approach with what's been marked as State's Exhibit 72, showing to the defense counsel. May I approach, Your Honor?
Yes.
Okay, Detective, I've just handed you what's been marked as State's Exhibit 72. Do you recognize what I've just handed you?
Yes.
What is it?
It's the bag that I sealed and labeled.
Is it a photograph of that bag?
Yes.
Okay, and where is the bag in the photograph?
It's in the drawer that I secured and locked it in.
And does this photograph fairly accurately depict the bag after you put it in that drawer at your desk?
Yes.
At this point, the state moves Exhibit 72, State 72, into evidence.
Mr. Otake,
No objection.
what has been marked for identification as State's Exhibit 72 is received into evidence?
Okay, and Detective, I'm going to put it up on the screen next to you and ask a couple questions. Okay, when you say you sealed the bag, where did you seal the bag?
I sealed it at the police station at the 801 South Beretania Street.
Okay. I think that might have been a bad question. Where on the bag did you seal it?
The bag was placed in a brown paper bag. The top of the bag was sealed with red evidence tape.
Got it. Okay, and looking at the photo right there, is the evidence tape we see at the top of the bag, that's what you're talking about?
Yes.
Okay. Sorry for the confusing question. Is your desk at the HPD station in a place that's open to the public?
No.
How is the HPD building secured?
The HPD police station in Honolulu is secured with numerous electronic doors that have to be accessed with a key access card.
Do members of the public have those kind of key access cards?
No.
And from the time did you say you locked this drawer as well?
Yes.
From the time you locked the bag in that drawer to the time that you eventually retrieved it from that drawer, when you retrieved it, was the steel still intact?
Yes.
Okay. During your investigation in the case, did you end up executing a search warrant on the black bag contained in the photo we see now?
Yes.
Okay. I'm going to approach now with State Exhibits 73 through 86. Show them to Defense Counsel. Okay, previously shown to Defense Counsel. May I approach?
Yes.
Excuse me. I'm going to retrieve 72. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, Detective Spacek, I've handed you what's been marked as State's Exhibit 73 through 86. Could you take a minute and flip through and make sure you see every exhibit? Okay, Detective Spacek. After reviewing all the exhibits, do you recognize what they are?
Yes.
What are these exhibits?
These exhibits are pictures of the items that were recovered from within the Patagonia bag upon the execution of the search warrant.
Okay. Do these photos fairly and accurately depict the bag, its contents, during your execution of the search warrant?
Yes.
At this point, the state moves exhibits 73 through 86 into evidence.
No objection.
And what has been marked for identification as State's Exhibits 73 through 86 inclusive are received into evidence?
Okay, Detective Spacek, we're going to go through each photo one by one. I'm just going to ask you, what is the photo showing, okay?
Okay.
Publishing now, States Exhibit 73. What does that photo show us?
Photo showing the backside of the bag, where if you were wearing it, that part would be touching your body. There's a big red stain that appears to be possibly blood, but we don't know that.
Okay. And publishing now, States Exhibit 74.
This photo depicts the bag if you were wearing it, and that's the part you'd actually see that's on the outside. Again, red stains all over it, depicting possible biohazard blood, possibly.
Okay. States Exhibit 75.
This picture depicts the bag laying on a desk with like a side view profile. Again, you can see red stains all over it.
States, and I'm going to pause right here. Actually, I'm not. I'm going to keep moving, sorry. States Exhibit 76.
This picture depicts, this is the middle side pocket.
Is this the middle side pocket or the strap pocket, detective?
Objection, beating.
This is a strap pocket.
Okay. No problem. Did you find anything in there?
Yeah, no, nothing was in there. Sorry.
Publishing now, States Exhibit 77.
This is the middle side pocket.
Okay. And
Sorry.
what can you see inside that middle side pocket?
A black eyeglasses case.
Okay. And now we're going to go to States Exhibit 78. What does this photo show?
It shows the black eyeglasses case with its contents.
Okay. Same one from the middle pocket you were just talking about?
Yes, the side middle pocket.
Thank you. All right, publishing now, States Exhibit 79. What does this exhibit show?
This shows an orange whistle with the lanyard along with the sunglasses case.
Okay. Which pocket did the orange whistle with the lanyard come from?
Came from the middle side pocket.
Same pocket or different pocket as the sunglasses case?
The same pocket.
Publishing now, States Exhibit 80. What does this photo show?
And this photo depicts two sunglasses and lactase tablets in packets that came out of the sunglasses case.
Okay. Next photo, States Exhibit 81. What are we looking at in States Exhibit 81, Detective?
This photo depicts a large side pocket with contents in it.
In terms of size of the pockets in the bag, could you rank the ones we've done so far?
Yeah, so the first one was the strap pocket. The second one was the middle side pocket, and this one that we're currently looking at is the large side pocket.
Okay. And all right, do you later photograph the contents?
Sorry.
Did you later photograph the contents of this pocket?
Yes, yes.
Okay. I'm going to publish now States Exhibit 82. What does this photograph show?
So this photograph depicts the contents that came out of the middle side pocket, or the large side pocket. Excuse me.
Okay. Were there any other contents of the large side pocket other than these?
No, just that.
Publishing States Exhibit 83. What does this photo show?
This photo depicts an Apple iPhone.
Okay. And from the same pocket we've just been seeing?
Yes.
Publishing now States Exhibit 84. What does this photo show?
This photo depicts the same Apple iPhone with the side of it with a little bit red stain on it, possibly from the same stain that was all over the bag, along with the empty SIM card slot.
Okay. Could you use the pointer that's right next to you on the witness stand to direct everybody's attention to that SIM card slot you were just mentioning? Okay. So that's in the direct center of the photo?
Correct.
I'm going to zoom in on that section. Okay. And now that we've seen the SIM card slot, is this a zoomed in photo?
Yes.
Detective Spacek, we're now publishing States Exhibit 85. What does this photo show?
This photo depicts the actual SIM card, a loose SIM card, and a SIM card holder.
When you open this Patagonia backpack, where were the SIM card and the SIM card holder?
They were just in the bag, in the actual pouch, the large side pocket, just loose, just lying there.
Was there any SIM card or SIM card holder installed into the phone?
No.
Do you recall if the phone was on or off?
It was off.
All right, publishing now States Exhibit 86. Detective Spacek, what does this exhibit show us?
This picture depicts the cash that was found in there, along with various credit cards and Hawaii driver's license. This was all actually clipped to money clip, this carbon fiber money clip.
Could you use that pointer and point to us where the money clip that this all came in
Yes.
is?
All of these items were all bunched up and clipped into this money clip right here.
Okay, and you're directing your pointer to the left side of the screen.
Correct.
Okay, thank you. Okay. I'm going to take the exhibit down. And I'm going to retrieve that stack of exhibits from you now, Detective. Detective Spacek, did you recover any syringe from that black Patagonia backpack?
No.
Other than the items that we've seen in these photos, was there anything else in that black Patagonia backpack?
No.
Detective Spacek, with regards to the iPhone and the SIM card that you found in the backpack, did you take any other action regarding these items during your investigation?
Yes.
Okay, what did you do about the SIM card and the iPhone?
I prepared a search warrant.
Are you a techie kind of guy, Detective?
No, I'm not.
So who ended up executing that search warrant on the phone and the SIM card?
That search warrant was executed by Detective Thomas E. Numa, who is from Cybercrimes.
During the course of your investigation, did you execute a search warrant on a different bag?
Yes.
Which bag was that?
This other bag was a black Nike fanny bag.
And how did the Honolulu Police Department end up coming into possession of that black Nike fanny bag?
We were notified that Arielle Konig discovered the bag at her residence in Maui, and she, after discovering after she discovered what was in it or whatever, she ended up notifying Maui Police Department, who then recovered it as evidence, and that's how it ended up getting shipped to us.
Okay. Did HPD give the Maui Police any directions?
Yes.
Okay, what did you direct the Maui Police to do?
If they could, if their evidence custodians or specialists could box it up and ship it to us.
Okay. And did you actually inspect the shipment that was gotten back?
Yes.
Okay. All right, I'm going to publish now what's already in evidence. States Exhibit 87. Detective Spacek, it's your, I'm so sorry. It's now on the screen. Do you recognize what this is?
Yes.
Okay, what is this?
That is the box that the stuff was shipped over from the Maui PD.
Okay, and I'm sorry, Detective, I'm going to actually approach and hand you hard copies of the exhibits as well, so you can look through them along with us on the screen.
Okay. Thank you.
Detective Spacek, what are those blue things on the box?
That's evidence tape.
When you received the box, was any of the evidence tape broken?
No, it wasn't.
All right, I'm going to now publish State's Exhibit 88. What does this exhibit show?
This photo depicts the actual Nike bag itself.
I'm going to publish State's Exhibit 89. What does this photo depict?
This depicts a close-up of the Nike bag's the most outside pocket with stuff in it.
Okay. The contents of the pocket.
The contents of the pocket.
Publishing now State's Exhibit 90. What does this photo show?
This photo depicts the stuff that came, the contents that came out of that most outside pocket.
We're going to move on, Detective, to State's Exhibit 91. What does this exhibit show?
It shows a packaged medical type. I don't know if it's a needle or some kind of something, but it's some kind of medical, like for medical use.
Okay. And before we go further into anything medical, are you a doctor?
No, I'm not.
Do you know the technical terms for medical things?
No.
Okay. I'll just ask you to do your best, Detective, okay?
Okay.
All right. Publishing now State's Exhibit 92. What is this?
This is the front side of the item that was from the previous photo, and it's just the packaging and the label of what it is.
Okay. All right, I'm going to publish now State's Exhibit 93. Detective Spacek, what does State's Exhibit 93 show?
This one depicts in the big pocket, just a bunch bags and a bunch of medical supplies.
I'm going to publish State's Exhibit 94. What does this exhibit show?
This shows all the contents that was in that pocket of the bag.
Okay. And although you may not be an expert, do you recognize any of the medical supplies?
Yes, it looks like a stethoscope, syringes, a bunch of maybe medicine vials. Looks like IV bags, safety glasses.
Publishing State's Exhibit 95. What does this exhibit show?
This shows vials of medication, and I don't even know what that is. In the red, the top right.
On the top right, you don't recognize what that is?
No.
It's okay. We'll publish now State's Exhibit 96. Do you know what these are, Detective Spacek?
No, I don't.
Okay. We'll move on. Publishing now State's Exhibit 97. Do you recognize what this is, Detective Spacek?
Yes, it looks like a syringe and there's a liquid in it, but I don't know what that is.
Publishing now State's Exhibit 98. Could you tell us what this exhibit shows?
Yeah, photo 90, exhibit 98, it depicts a Ziploc type bag with like 3 syringes and 2 medicine vials in it.
Publishing now State's Exhibit 99. What does this photo show?
99 also shows a Ziploc bag with different type of syringes and 2 medicine vials.
Publishing State's Exhibit 100. What does this show?
It also shows another Ziploc with big syringes, maybe some small ones, and a medicine vial.
State's Exhibit 101. What does this exhibit show?
This one depicts a Ziploc bag with a bunch of unopened syringes in packages.
All right, and publishing State's Exhibit We're almost out, Detective. State's Exhibit 102. What does this photo show?
This photo shows the very back pocket. Like if you was wearing the bag closest to your body, that's the contents of that back pocket.
And publishing State's Exhibit 103.
And this photo depicts, looks like a charging cord, the lactase tablet packets. I don't know if that's a mask. Looks like some metallic hooks where you to hang IVs. I'm not sure. And his work ID maybe.
I'm sorry, what exhibit number was that?
Exhibit 103.
And then the green. I'm not sure if that's needles or I'm not sure.
Okay. Got it. All right, I'm going to take the exhibit down. Okay. In addition to this black Nike fanny bag that was shipped from Maui, was anything else shipped over?
Yes, in the box was along with the bag was a laptop computer.
Okay. And what actions did you take with regards to the laptop computer?
I prepared another search warrant.
Did you execute the search warrant on that laptop yourself?
No.
Okay. Do you know who did?
Detective Thomas E. Numa from Cybercrimes.
All right, I'm going to collect those exhibits I just handed you, Detective. Okay, Detective Spacek, did you respond to the Poly Lookout on March 24th, 2025?
Yes.
How many different HPD divisions responded?
At least 13.
I'm going to say, okay. Any other government agencies?
Yes. We had DLNR out there also.
Did HFD also respond?
HFD also, yes.
Did you direct officers to search for any evidence at the scene?
Yes.
What did you direct them to search for?
I directed them, all the units involved, to, of course, we were searching for the suspect, but at the same time, we're looking for any type of evidence that may have been connected to the incident. Syringes, vials.
Did you, as a result of all that search up at the Poly, were any syringes recovered?
No.
Were any vials recovered?
No.
Was a phone belonging to Arielle Konig ever recovered?
No.
Was a purse belonging to Arielle Konig ever recovered?
No.
When defendant was arrested, were any syringes found on his person?
No.
Did you order the officers to search the bottom of the cliff or the bottom of the Poly on the windward side?
Yes. But we were unable to do so because just the area where it's situated, in order for anybody to go down there, they'd either have to rappel, which it's way too high, or just be inserted by helicopter or hike in. But if we was to hike in, it would probably take several hours to even get in there. You'd have to cut a path. It would have been hard.
Is there any trails that you're aware of that go to the bottom of that cliff?
No.
Okay, Detective, you've talked about 4 search warrants so far in this case. Did you prepare any other search warrants?
Yes.
And what was that for?
For buccal swab to recover from the suspect.
And did you execute that search warrant yourself?
No.
Do you know who did?
Yes, was Mohammed Salame.
Right, Detective. Aside from what you testified about from the Maui police, did everything else you testified about occur in the city and county of Honolulu, state of Hawaii?
Yes.
Thank you. No further questions at this time.
Cross-examination. Good afternoon, Detective Spacek. Just a few questions. part of your, so were you the lead detective on the case?
Yes.
So part of your job was to kind of decide who to interview, and as part of it is you decide which witnesses we should follow up with an interview, correct?
Yes.
And then that way you establish contact with them, you have their contact information. If you need to subpoena them to come or testify, then at least you're in touch with them too, right?
Yes.
Did you interview a man in this case by the name of Jeff Miller?
Yes.
And you interviewed him, you had his cell phone, his address,
Yes.
and you talked to him, yes?
Yes.
Okay. Now, you talked about collecting evidence and documenting it. Did you go hike up the trail that day?
No.
Okay. But you sent evidence specialists to go up there and take some photos of the rock, right?
Yes.
And she took photos of the rock, right?
Yes.
Were you aware, as the lead detective, that another officer had moved the rock around before she photographed it?
I was aware that it wasn't in the place that it should have been when she photoed it. What?
You were aware that it was not in the place that it should have been when she photographed it, right?
Well, I was aware that where she photoed it, it wasn't where supposedly it originally was.
Okay. Did you document that in your report in any way, sir?
No.
I want to just ask you briefly about this bag, the one from Maui, and then we'll be done, sir. First of all, just to be clear, Mr. Dirks, could we please pull up Exhibit 93? Sir, you can see this on the screen here.
Yes.
So just to be clear, just to be crystal clear, this bag was recovered on Maui, not on Oahu, correct?
Correct.
And then on Maui, it was recovered to your knowledge because when Ms. Konig says she discovered it, she actually contacted her attorney who then talked to the Maui police, correct?
Correct.
And then the way it got to Oahu and its contents got to Oahu is then the MPD, Maui police, sealed it up and mailed it to you at your request, yes?
Correct.
You were aware, in your investigation, you learned that Gerhardt Konig was a medical doctor and anesthesiologist, yes?
Yes.
And if we could please go, Mr. Dirks, to number 94. Okay, and you know, I know you're not a medical doctor, and neither am I, but certain things that were in the bag of this anesthesiologist was a stethoscope, yes?
Yes.
And some glasses, IV bags, yes?
Yes.
Okay. Have you ever heard, as you know, and you're being a detective, well, or just generally, that oftentimes doctors are on call. You heard about that? Doctors are on call, yes?
Yes.
Okay. And so he has these medical supplies in this bag, and it gets sent over to you, yes?
Yes.
Now, could we go to 103, please, Mr. Dirks? Okay. And here, and this was in the bag as well, right?
Correct.
And in the bag, there was his workplace identification badge with all this stuff, right?
Yes.
Okay. And I would imagine, as a detective, one of the things you deducted is that this was likely a work bag for him as an anesthesiologist, yes?
Yes.
Okay. We can take that down.